Hi guys, how are you? Okay, so I will tell you about the announcements at the end of the class. Let me finish chapter 11. We were talking about how to charge somebody for a marketing offering, how much money. And we were left, let me see, should we, no, no, here, here. It will be fast, don't worry. So just pay attention, it will be fast. You will understand very easily the final of this chapter, and I will make the announcements about the exam, about the syllabus, and a couple of other things. So now we were talking about setting a price. Remember how much money you want to you want to charge, and how much money are you eager to discount. And I gave you this for price adjustments. I talk about discounts, about allowances. I told you accounting wise they are different, and they will signal differently to your investors. So you have to be very, very careful about everything going, everything about money going out of your organization is something you have to be really, really careful. So we talk about the discounts. And let me go directly to this. Now, why would you want to change the price? Is straightforward. Probably you have too much capacity. Probably you are producing too much. That is exactly with this trade war that is happening now. Probably you don't know this, but the free trade agreement, the North American free trade agreement, which now become the US MEX CA, something like that. It's about investing in your production capacity to expand your production, your output, and to find new places where you can sell something. So when China decided to declare war in the US, the commercial war, rather than negotiating, they openly decided going a different way. They have the right to do so. But of course, always investments will be the first to suffer. And just think about it. If you had this infrastructure to produce aluminum, for example, some calculators like this one, just the cover is made out of aluminum. And the main producers today are Chinese and India are the main producers of aluminum because just they were smart. They could buy the right corporations and expand their influence. So they are the main producers of aluminum today. They invested a lot to become the most relevant producers. But what about the war? Once the war started between the US and China, and this is something that nobody should think about very lightly. It's very sensitive. When they started these disagreements, China just started looking for a new place to go. So suddenly, many markets closed to China. So they started looking for a different market. They focused on Europe. They focused on Asia. They focused on Africa. They have a really good trade agreements with Latin America. So they just diverted their new excess capacity to the new markets. It was not easy. You would say, well, the replacement of quantity produced. No, it's not easy. But at the same time, they closed the markets to the U.S. producers. So you can say, oh yeah, yeah, well, we will bring back the the production to the U.S. Well, let me tell you about one of my dreams. One of my dreams is buying without pain. Okay, buying without pain, which is different to buying without pain. A pair of the heritage collection of red wings red wings boots. They are today at $329. The substitute, actually with better quality, can be found in Florsheim for 180, or with this British brand Clark's, 100, around 100. They use in some of their production processes Chinese labor. So, and the quality is about the same. If you produce only with American workforce, your prices will rise astronomically. So, not good, not good for you. Just think about it. You would say, yeah, 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 we will bring the production back to the US. Yes, at what price? Are you going to be able to charge something decent price wise? Almond and Edmonds are made in the US. Black Friday, you will get a decent, not seconds, first Almond Edmonds for 200, 180, whereas the same marketing offering with even better leather from a different brand will cost you 90 bucks. So it's not that easy. It's very easy to say, to try to convince somebody. Watch out with that. Not because the political times, because of you. When you decide to go to the corporation and you take the decisions, look for that place that will adjust to what your customer is looking for from you. So your marketing offering will match the perceived value, the consumer's perceived value. And now you will have a profitable, a reliable, a sustainable business proposition. Otherwise, you will be gone, not in no further time. Red Wings has been in the market for, I don't know, 100 years. So it will be difficult for them to go down. Yet, they might probably go down as many. Uh, One of the best examples about not listening too well to customers is given by Sears Roebuck in Chicago. They used to be the largest retailer of the U.S. And in the 19th century, they came up with this idea: your whole satisfaction or the devolution of your money. So if you weren't satisfied with your purchase 6 months later, you would be able to go back to the store and just, get your money back. They stopped that in the 90s. They were sold to Kmart in 2005, 2007, and today they are these days are planning going to chapter 11 or chapter 5, one of those two. When when you fall into bankruptcy, you go to chapter 11 in the tax code. So in chapter 11, you have the right, you go to the judge and you tell the judge, you know what, I have no money. I will have to close. So the judge will tell you, you know what, yes, if you are going to close, we have to figure out who owns you, who who will receive first the money. But before that, I will give you 1 year, okay? Don't pay anybody. Just run your business. And in that year, if you can upgrade your marketing offerings and you can gain the market share back, and you feel you can survive, so you will I will give you a plan to alleviate, to be able to deal with your your burdens, and so you will survive. But if after that year you tell me, or I we know you wouldn't be able to make it, you will not be able to make it, so I will put your corporation, the judge tells you, in under chapter 5. And chapter 5 now of the tax code is about the bankruptcy. You have to sell everything. The house loses. Okay? So for some corporations, for example, Thursday, a company, these guys produce is the one of the competitors of Red Wings. They are American. They are producing in the US. So you would expect a very good quality, and those boots are $200. So it's for a different segment of the market. I don't know about the quality. I don't use boots, but I love them. Uh, so that's another marketing offering in a different segment, and they are kind of competing each other. And Thursday Corporation is kind of more recent. I don't remember how many years is Red Wings, but 150 years, something like that, producing the same styles. Some of them are the same styles with the same quality. So pretty reliable. Difficult for them to go down. But what about Nike? If you want would you be eager to pay $250 for a pair of Nikes? I don't think so. Many people would say, yeah, there are some models. Well, there are some models, but in general, you pay 80. Okay, 100. Okay, 120. You don't pay more. Those are Nikes. So you want to Nike Pegasus to be charged 250, 280. You don't want that, right? You wouldn't pay that. And it would be very painful for Nike starting selling that, because everybody would run away to Adidas, to somewhere else. So it's not that easy, the decision to say I will bring back home the all the production, because you know what, I'm in war with China, I have excess capacity, I will now bring back whatever was there, and I will increase my production in the US, have probably some excess capacity, but now there is a contradiction, because probably you brought back those factories and now you have excess capacity, but you don't have a market for that. So for the Chinese, they are looking for new markets, but believe me, because they lost the American market, many of those industries lost the American market, at least temporarily. They have excess capacity, so they will cut the prices of their inventories like now. They have been doing that all this time, and with the coronavirus as well. Some corporations now, they are facing excess capacity because their inventories are full. So they have idle capacity, they are not producing. So what do? You have to push the things out of your warehouses. So you reduce the price. What about if you want to increase market share? Let's think about the natural and normal scenario. If you want to increase your market share, reduce price. Remember the demand function we studied, especially when it is elastic. Remember, elastic when you go to the class of economics class, E means elastic. That means the stick in the middle of the letter E is your demand function and is like horizontal. Inelastic is an I is vertical. Okay, just remember that and you will never forget. So what about if you have an elastic function? So small changes in price will have a direct impact in the quantity that has been demanded. So you decrease a little bit the price to gain market share, to steal sales from your competitors. And that's how it goes. Of course, there are some regulations. We will talk about the regulations. Now, the price, when you increase the price, why something is more expensive now? Well, during the inflation all over the world, you have this problem of the sustained increase of prices. Sustained and permanently sustained increase of prices. That's the definition of inflation. So always, whatever you buy today will be cheaper in number of dollars you pay for the thing as compared to the same purchase tomorrow. Always today will be cheaper. Just always remember this. So what you want is always money today, not tomorrow. Tomorrow the value is less. That's the reason when you purchase something when you sell, if you are the seller, when you sell something on credit, you go to a bank and the bank will pay you immediately. And they will tell the customer, you know what? You pay me whenever you want. At the end, I'm charging you interest. If there is no promotion, if there are no promotions, you are going to pay interest, which today is very high. It's 25%, something like that per year. So it's that's a banking business in general. They they they, they charge always interest and fees. That's their business. So you want the money today because tomorrow the money has lesser value. Now, also you increase price when without moving anything. You are just selling something, whatever. You are in a bar, your business is selling beers. Out of the blue, they said everybody is safe. The people who had to die already is dead. So go outside and party with your friends. If you are the owner of a bar here in Laramie, you will see an increase of your demand, of the number of beers you are selling. So what you do, you increase the price. That is your moment. So because it's your moment, increase the price to maximize the profits. Another way or another reason to increase the prices is when the thing is just they run off they run out of the marketing offerings. When the pandemic started, I don't know, some of you, I see that Tom has a microphone. Many people, nice microphone by the way. Many people uh, starting realize that now they have to have equipment because we don't know how for how long our lives will be online, for how long we will be just virtual. So in these months, if you try to purchase a good microphone, it was very difficult to find it because, for example, all this Blue brand, they ran off those microphones. Although the last year you could buy a, a PlayStation game with the microphone, the bundle in like 100 bucks. Today, that microphone is like 100 and 130, 29, and the game is another 50 bucks. So it's because there are no microphones. There is this brand, this Australian brand, Rode, RODE. Those are Australians. And they had this really nice microphone, lapel microphone, those small microphones you put in your shirt, 200 bucks, but you couldn't find it like for 5 months anywhere. They sold out all their inventory. So now today they started rising those prices because everybody wants that. So what do? You increase the price. Remember, you want to maximize the profits of your corporation. Okay, it's not that is kind of a 60s or 70s a vision of the corporation. You want to maximize the benefits, not the profits, benefits of your corporation. And that includes those social benefits you bring to the population you serve. So now, what happened when the store increases the prices? Well, the customers think, well, this product is hot. Everybody wants the product, so that's the reason it's expensive, and I want one. Me too. I want to have one. Or also they think the company is becoming greed, and that's a very bad image. You could say lose a lot of sales by going that route. That is not a smart route. So you have to be very careful. You are greedy, it's okay. It's okay. No, you are not gaining heaven. You are gaining money. You are getting money. You are not getting heaven. But the thing is, you have to be very smart. So you have to sell the image that like this product is hot in the market and create a lot of rumors. You create rumors. You use the force of the rumors, and instead of using it in a negative way, you use it in a positive way. What is going to happen with your competitor? Your competitor will use cancel culture. I'm sure you know about this. Cancel culture. They will try to stain, to invalidate whatever you are doing. And they will try to say, it's a scam, don't go for it. Whereas you will try to sell yourself as a most beautiful, wonderful thing in life. And your deepest feeling is actually you are just greedy. You are just greedy because probably you are getting fired as a CEO, and so you want to bring more money and show off to the investor. I'm so good at look at me. Now, if you have a competitor who's changing the price, so now it's time to think, why did they change the price? Is it because they are selling less and eventually it will catch up on me and I will start selling less because we are in the wrong market? Or because they are being very aggressive and they want to have more market share? What kind of price is this one? Is a discount, a temporary discount because of Black Friday celebration or day, or is now permanently, because they found a new way to produce this marketing offering such a way that now is cheaper, and they are just adjusting in a natural way. And I am a laggard in accepting the new fair price. Not necessarily you have to be scared about your competitor. Listen to your customer. Listen to your customer. So you are in this bar with your friend from the class. You were just making fun. Yeah, and my intro to marketing. So boring. I really banged my head. Out of the blue, you have this gorgeous girl talking to your friend, and he mentioned he has the, his father's car outside of the bar. So you could think, oh my God, I'm dead. I'm a dead dog. Uh, I don't have a chance, right? Because he's my friend. I cannot betray him. I want to compete. We are in the market, both of us. But he has the car. Well, who cares? What about if you talk a little bit more with the girl and you just discover she likes design and you are a designer and your friend is just an accountant? You know what? You have many more chances than your friend. Listen at the customer. That's the whole point. Listen what the customer wants. And if your competitor is increasing, is moving the price, pay attention, but don't give all the importance to whatever they are doing, because probably they are trying to deceive you. Is very probable. They are trying to deceive you, to make you make to force you take very wrong decisions. Okay. Now, okay, how do you respond to the market, to the changes of your competitor, the changes of price of your competitor? You ask yourself, has he really cut the price? Because somebody will tell you, a customer of you will tell you, you know what, your competitor is selling me the same marketing offering cheaper, so I will be with them. I will go with them. That's the reason some corporations will tell you, we price match. Well, not necessarily. That depends. Not necessarily all those companies actually price match, because you are losing something in the process. Delivery time, delivery, warranties, safety. I purchase some from time to time, some uh, camera equipment, some photography equipment. Everybody thinks the worst place is Amazon, because it's full of these small vendors who want to push to you their inventory, and probably the inventory is not that new, probably. So you would think, well, I can go to the specialized stores. For example, there are two well-known, there are many, but two very well-known, Adorama and BH Photo and Video, both of them in New York City. And you can tell, well, I don't want this small vendor from Amazon. I would rather prefer to have BH selling me this new lens. Yes, but you know what? Or Adorama. It's always easier to return something from Amazon. It's kind of easier, or it was easier up to 6 months ago. Today is a little bit more difficult, but it's always there are some trade-offs you have to consider. So what about if we lower the price as the competitor did it? Is it going to affect our market share? Is it going to affect our profits? If is no, just keep the price, because whatever they did, they didn't move you. That's very important. When your competitor changes the price, it's pushing you. It's like he's about to start a fight. It's pushing you. When the competitor pushed you, did you move? Your expectation change? No. Continue in the same position. Don't go back. Just continue on the same position. Now, what about if, well, actually, you know what? Yes, it affected our profits because we are selling less. The demanded quantity decreased, so the revenue decreased, and they are affecting our our profits. So what do? Well, it's very straightforward. Uh, Either reduce your price, launch a marketing campaign so the perceived value of your marketing offering goes up, or increase the quality and so increase the price, reposition your marketing offering to a higher market, or just launch a new line. Just launch a low priced version of whatever you are selling and call it now the new SE Apple Watch, 300 and something bucks, which is better, will be better than the Apple Watch 3. So you are inviting to those. It sounds like cannibalization between lines, but it is not. The Apple just want to get rid of the Apple Watch 3, and they want to move everybody to the SE Apple Watch. Straightforward. Now, I already told you this. We're about to finish. Don't worry. Now, prices. You can go with your competitor, agree in something. You can tell them, you know what, we will get a 20% markup on all our marketing offerings, or about that. So instead of fighting each other, let's agree. Let's agree each other. Easy. Okay? Okay. Well, that's forbidden. You can't do that. That's Remember, we're in the US, and in the US they love freedom. And freedom was understood first by a British economist, Adam Smith. And Adam Smith said, eh, there should be no regulators anywhere. The government should not even exist. That's Adam Smith, right? Just the just disappear the government. So the market forces by themselves will start working, will start competing, and competition will arrange all the industries as if it was an invisible hand fixing everything. So the actual guy who's the actual liberals, those guys are called liberals. Let's get rid of the market, okay? As opposed to the communists, the socialists. They have Engels, Karl Marx. They say no. The government has to be the owner of everything. You have no individual property. Your room is not yours. I I know you are switching off the cameras because you didn't make your bed, right? I know that. I know that. That's the reason I'm here. You can see my bed. But but the thing is your bed under that ideology is not yours. It's of the government. It's government's property. So you have those two extremes. And in the middle, you have all the possible combinations where the neoliberalism will tell you, okay, the liberalism from Adam Smith told you, you know what? Everybody is free. There is no government. You have no limits on whatever you want to do. The neoliberalism will tell you, no, it's not like that. People require the minimum acceptable for a decent standard of life. And those guys, the new liberalist, the new liberalism will tell you, okay, people should have at least food, shelter, education, and health. That's the idea. That's the new liberalism. And that was written by Nozick and Rawls. That's Canada, France, Germany, Belgium, England, Japan, Australia. That's the idea. If you don't have the right for a health insurance, for example, you have to pay for it. That's more towards the side of the liberalism of Adam Smith. Okay? So you are free. Nobody intervenes. You are on your own. You pay your tuition. Now, that's kind of the US, a little bit, some parts in Latin America, some parts in Africa, some parts in Asia. Okay, I'm telling you because of this. Under the freedom, under the liberalism, you are not allowed to get in agreement with your competitor. You are not allowed to talk to them. You have your marketing offering, you send it. You talk to them because you want to help people, whatever, you will be fined by the government because that's not the idea. In the socialism, everything is controlled. The prices are controlled. Are controlled. Are decided by the government. In the liberalism, they call it the free world. It depends who tells you that. In the free world, you don't do that. Specifically in the US, you cannot agree with your competitor, and that's the oligopoly. Oligopoly. Okay, sorry for my pronunciation. Oli, oli. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm sorry. Few main players in an industry. Okay, not many small competitors. In the oligopoly, sorry for the pronunciation, so you can't agree, nonetheless they do it. Okay, a good example, and the graph is telling you that, the chapter is telling you that, and that's part of the macro marketing. You don't do that because you will be fined and you may go to jail, and that's a very important thing. So in the graph, producer A and B are agreeing with a price. So they establish a retail price and they maintain that price, and they even discriminate the price. They decide where to sell at what price. So those are the producers. They go to the retailers, and the retailers with the producers agree how much price can, how much money can they squeeze out of the marketing offering? And they agree on that. And so from that, it goes to the consumer. And so you start wondering, why should I pay this amount for this marketing offering, whereas in Canada is 1/10 of the price, or in Europe? Why here should we pay that? So that's when the government intervenes and gets rid of the agreement among those particulars. Now, there are a legislation, okay, and you don't want predatory pricing. You don't want what you want from the consumer, from the producers, is produce and charge a fair price. Don't abuse the system. You have the Robinson-Patman Act, which doesn't allow you to fix the price. So if a consumer thinks you are fixing the price, you are allowed to sue the producers and the retailers. And so now they have to fix it. Okay, good example. Sad example, very fast. Don't get bored, very fast. I have given this example sometimes, and it's a little painful. I'm coming from a family of medical doctors. So it's, let's assume, I will make a dramatic the case. So this, it can happen to any gender, but I will give an example that you for sure is more probable for you to heard before. You have heard this more probably. Let's assume one girl, any girl. They are supposed to explore themselves to see if they have a mass, a tumor, and they are supposed to do that regularly because the breast cancer is very common. So let's assume that she finds something weird. So she goes to the family medicine medical doctor. Um, the medical doctor says, well, yeah, you have something there. I did an ultrasound. You have something there. So I will send you to the specialist. And they send the patient to from the, it's a specialty, okay? Family medicine is a specialty. You go to med school, 5 years, 5 years, 4 or 5 years, depending on the program, and 3 more years of medical, 3 more years of a specialty in family medicine. So from there, you go to the specialist, and the specialist in the US will be the oncologist. And the oncologist did this: 5 years of medical school, 3 years of internal medicine, and one additional year where they memorized 11 drugs. I think today is 12 drugs to treat that thing, if that is cancer. And that is the chemotherapy. Chemotherapy. Okay. Okay. She goes there, and the oncologist will tell her, well, let's assume, yes, it's cancer. So I will give you, because we don't know if there is metastasis. Metastasis is when one cell of that tumor already went into the bloodstream and it deposited somewhere else, and it will grow a new cancer tumor. So they will tell you, okay, yes, we will give you a chemotherapy. We will give you a treatment, 6 weeks. 6 weeks treatment is about one bag daily. It will depend on the situation. One bag daily of chemotherapy. So yes, it's bad, but one bag is $10,000. So if you don't have a good medical health insurance, uh, believe me, you will be broke. And after that, probably let's assume 6 weeks and a lot of money after, they tell you, you know what? They tell the girl, no, it didn't disappear. I still see the cancer tumor. So either you take the mastectomy, the you remove the whole breast, mastectomy, or probably it's not your case. Let's assume it's not her case. You have to go to somebody who knows how to kill the cancer cell. So she will say, one moment. I went to the family medicine doctor. He didn't kill anything. I came to you because you are a specialist. You didn't kill anything. You are telling me that I have to go to a specialist who kills the cancer cell. They will tell you yes. That's called the radiation oncologist. Radiation oncologist studied med school, and he studied or she studied 5 years only of the cancer cell. Those are the guys who really know how it works. They put you under a linear accelerator, they kill the cancer cell. For a cancer, breast cancer case, normally the market price is $15,000, not 50, 15,000. So you say, well, how it works? Why they didn't send me directly to you, to them? Because there is something called the Sarbanes-Oxley. No, that's Sarbanes-Oxley. The It's not the Sarbanes-Oxley. I forgot the name. Okay, medical doctors. If you send me a patient, I give you a commission. That's called a kickback, and the kickback is forbidden in the U.S. They could they could they could lose their medical license, but there is always a way to play with the system. So they create mega groups, and you can see, where in the urologist, with the urologist, those guys who specialize in kidneys, go Google them and you will see that always they have one radiation oncologist among them. And you say, well, that's not related. Actually, there is no relationship. They are acting as a monopoly. But because the law tells you you are innocent, unless you are proven the contrary, nobody can prove those are acting as a monopoly, as an oligopoly, where you have the urologist deciding how to go, how the patient goes, and if cancer is detected, they send the patient directly to their radiation oncologist, and their radiation oncologist needs this big infrastructure, so they own the infrastructure for the radiation oncologist to work. This is to tell you this: to fix prices, many people, corporation, many corporations engage in unethical practices. They are not illegal because they are not forbidden by the law, but they engage in unethical practices. You would say, well, what about the oncologist? That guy got a lot of money with the chemotherapy. Well, for sure it works. Well, probably you don't know, but the chemotherapy has an efficiency like of 3%. You would say, if I have a headache, 8 times out of 10, an aspirin will get rid of my headache. That's an efficiency of 80%, 8 out of 10. I'm telling you, chemotherapy has an efficiency between 3 and 5%. 3 to 5 out of 100 is improved. and the others are not improving. That's the sad, sad, sad reality. You can look for it in the literature. Okay, with this, we finish chapter 11. Remember, now announcements. Do you have any question? If you have any question, if you want me to change something, I know these classes are so long. I'm so sorry, but I have to cover all the chapters. I don't have any other option. So, do you have any question? Somebody? Let me move this. Yes.
Yeah, I saw that chapter 12 mini assignment was due on Sunday.
Yeah, it's not. It's not. It's part of the. That's part of the the comments I will make.
Okay, cool.
Somebody else? Okay. Assignments. Chapter 10, chapter 11. The goal of those assignments is for you to study for exam. So this is kind of cruel, but there is no other option. I will tell you the format of the exam on Tuesday. So study for the exam as if you wouldn't have any access to the materials. Okay? Yes, I know it's kind of cruel and whatever. Yes, but now I prefer you get bored by reading the book than get bored by playing again and again and again the same PlayStation or the Xbox. So please study as if you would have only that cheat sheet I told you before. That's the announcement for the exam. So on Tuesday, and it can go any way. On Tuesday, I will give you specific instructions for those who cannot do it to the classroom. I will give you specific instructions, what to install, where to install for Windows and Mac. Okay? If you are working on Linux, I can't do anything. So no Linux users. This is not Europe, okay? Just Windows and Mac. That's another thing. Tomorrow I will update the syllabus. I'm sorry it took so long to update the syllabus, but up to today, they still have a piece of information I was requesting from the university, but now with the information they got me, they gave me, it's enough. Uh, Tomorrow I will be updating the syllabus. We are not out of that exam and out of the final exam. We are not meeting in the classroom. It's too dangerous. And if we take the exam on the classroom, I will give you very precise instructions. Okay? So again, next week, Thursday, is the exam. Just please don't forget that. The syllabus, instructions, the grades, as I told you, I have the grades. I haven't updated Canvas. They are asking me to, okay, they are asking me to replicate whatever is in my lab to Canvas, but based on the experience, I don't want to replicate something wrong. And nobody has been able to tell me in person nothing will happen. That's the reason I'm taking all the grades manually. I have all the grades in my lab. Everything became manual. But if you have any questions about your grades, I have all of them, and don't worry. And that's it. Any other question? Suggestions? Do you have any suggestion? If you have a suggestion to make this thing much more comfortable, much more easier for you, please let me know. Okay? Something else?
Did you say the exam was Thursday?
Yes. And I said also the exam is either face-to-face in the classroom, or probably you will have the chance to use their materials as the last time. Just study as if it was an exam without materials, with only one cheat sheet. Prepare your cheat sheet. I would recommend that. Any other question? No questions? Okay, guys. Thank you very much. And I will see you Tuesday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.